Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
And on Halloween night, the Watch Your Opera House presents the Midwest Country Music Organization New Artist of the Year, Jordan Beam, featuring John Griffiths, this Saturday at 7 p.m. Tickets are just $10. Get them at watchyyouroperahouse.org or get them at the door. See one of the Midwest's best with Iowa's Jordan Beam this Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Watch Your Opera House.
As these Iowa skies.
The Albia After Prom Haunted House is open Friday and Saturday nights in October from 8 to 11 p.m. Admission is just $10. Free parking at the Monroe County Fairgrounds in Albia. It's the Albia After Prom Haunted House. Fridays and Saturdays in October from 8 to 11 p.m.
We hope to see you there.
Hey, and welcome in. We are doing the Iowa Music Showcase. We are live at Barn Wired in Sigourney, Iowa. How the heck are we all doing here live in attendance today? Wow, they are packing this place today. We've got Neva Alden hanging out as our guest on the Iowa Music Showcase. First, let's bring in Amanda. Put your hands together for Amanda Snakenberg from Barn Wired. Amanda, you're looking all fallish with your fall flannel on and football. It does look soft.
It is.
Do you sell those for guys here? Or?
Actually, Tyler wore this. In the field the other night, he was freezing, and he went into my car, and this is what he came out, and I was running the combine, and he was in the tractor, and next time I see him, he's wearing my flannel. So Ellie, the big joke is, Ellie is going to make him unisex from here on out. So
Nobody will ever know
No.
until now. Tyler, we know. She's getting into your closet. Tell us what some of the specials that are going on here. What's happening at Barnwire?
So today we have spaghetti and garlic bread and green beans for the lunch special. The soup is, I know you don't like green beans. The soup is loaded potato this week, and our sandwich of the week is the pizza sub. Next week, I just looked at the menu for next week. So we have our Big Mac salad, I do believe is on Tuesday next week. That's always a big hit. We have a couple new recipes we're going to try on Monday and Wednesday. They look really good. I forgot to look what Friday was, but
Friday is going to be the chili stuffed baked potato.
Oh, chili stuffed baked potato. That sounds really good.
Cheese and onions if you want.
And the soup for next week is cheeseburger chowder, and chicken salad on croissant is the. I know, right? He should have just got up here and done it.
I told you guys I wanted in 4 states. And see by your face, I'm dead.
So then, of course, it's Football Friday today. Tonight we play at home. It will be our last district game, and we are hoping we will be district champions after tonight. So then we will start playoff games. Yeah, 5 times in a row. We will start our playoff games next week. And the first 2 games, if I understand correctly, will be at home. But tonight will be a big game, so go out and support them. It's also senior night. And I do believe Bob Howard is going to be there at halftime for a halftime show. So
Bob Howard putting on the halftime show.
I think he is.
He's going in the High School Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I really do think so.
Yeah. He's going to do a little song and dance
I
at
don't know.
halftime or what?
I'm gonna find
I doubt it. Knowing Bob Howard, I don't think he has a song and a dance in him.
No.
All right. Well, thank you, Amanda. Thanks for coming up. Amanda from Barn Wired. Speaking of Bob Howard, now we will have him tomorrow on the sports section here on Steve Shetler Media, so tune in. Of course, the longtime Sigourney Keota football coach, won 3 state titles here. He's back in town. We'll have him as one of our guests tomorrow. But our guest today, right now, is Neva Alden. Neva, good to see you again.
You too.
And if I remember right, you were here back in December of last year.
Yeah.
And it was a special show because we had a double a double booking because you came here a week early.
I did. It's better than a week late.
Yes, it is. So we just rolled with the punches, and we did a twofer. It was a twofer that day. So good to have you back here on the Iowa Music Showcase. How has life been in the last 10 months or so?
Great. Keeping busy. I just living life, and it's been awesome.
Yeah. And, of course, now remind folks, our viewers on Facebook and YouTube and those in attendance here, where do you come from here in Iowa?
I'm from Carlisle, Iowa.
Okay. I knew you were over. They were asking me beforehand where you come from, and it's over that way somewhere. I knew you were south of Des Moines a little bit. So Carlisle, which I think the last time you were here, I probably brought up. That's where the septuplets were born.
Yeah.
We had this conversation, I think.
Yeah.
Are there any septuplets still in Carlisle? Or did they all move? You don't know. They should do a follow-up show on that.
They have, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird because she wasn't even, I think they were growing up before we were.
Yeah. All right.
They're like in their late 20s now.
And hopefully they're thriving.
Yes.
Hopefully they're doing good. Maybe you should have them come on here.
Yes. Neva Alden and the Carlisle Septuplets.
Sounds like a great band.
It rolls off the tongue. It sounds like a hit. So, Neva, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm 18.
You're 18. I knew you were in your teens last time, and
Yeah.
I knew you were either 18 or 19. So, did you graduate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you graduated in the spring.
Yeah, back in May.
Okay. What's life been like as far as, are you going to school somewhere? Are you working somewhere? Is this your full-time gig?
This is my full time. I do this about 3 or 4 times a week, and
Wow.
this is my job. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's been pretty good to me. So.
Yeah, very cool. And you have music out there. And I know you have at least the one single.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any more music that's out there on like Spotify and iTunes?
Nothing recorded yet,
Okay.
but I do have a new song that I would like to play for you guys today later. So
Okay.
hopefully you guys enjoy that one.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see here. So, and I know over the summer, I was kind of scrolling through your Facebook page. You were obviously very busy this summer with gigs and stuff like that. And I also saw that you were at least hanging out with Winona Judd for at least a little while. Was that like a meet and greet? Did you play before her, or what was the story with you and Winona?
Yeah, so she was in Fort Dodge she was doing like her own performance there, and then so someone reached out and was like, "Hey, would you like to sing the anthem for Winona Judd?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, yes, what?" And so when I got there, they were like, "Well, we have VIP, and these people are all going to meet her. Would you like to meet her as well?" And I was like, "Is that even a question?" So yeah, and it was awesome. And she's a lot shorter than I thought she was going to be. Like she walked in, I was like, "Wow, okay."
Was she taller or shorter than you?
Shorter than me, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And how tall are you? Because I know you're not all that tall.
God, I think 5'3" or 5'4".
Okay. All right. So
Give or
she's
take.
shorter than you then.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's little.
Yeah, that would be surprising as well.
Yeah, but she's so nice.
Yeah.
She's so
I mean,
nice.
she seems like she would be a very boisterous character in person. Did she come across that way, or was she just kind of down to earth?
No, she was definitely very like. She wanted you to know what she said. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, and she was, and I told her that I was also a musician and all this stuff, and she told me to. I said I was trying to be a musician, and she said, "You're not trying, you are."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "I want you to tell me that you are," and I was like, "Well, no, I am." So, yeah, it was awesome.
No, that's cool. All right. So since we're going down this road, have you opened up or met any other famous musicians in your 18 years?
Gosh, I think she was the biggest one.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can't beat Winona.
Yeah. She's kind of a legend in country music. Well, that's
so far.
yeah, so far. Yeah, fingers crossed. Now, if I remember right, the last time you were here, you were talking about possibly going to Nashville at some point.
Yeah, you know.
Is that still a possibility?
Yeah, I like to tell people, because I get that question all the time, because Nashville is definitely my dream. But something my dad told me is he said that before you go and try to make it big somewhere else, make it big in Iowa, like where you're from. Like, you want everybody in your home to know who you are,
Yeah.
and then you move somewhere big. And so, like, I took that to heart. So right now I'm just trying to be Iowa famous.
Yeah.
And then go move to Nashville. So
And be Nashville famous.
and be Nashville
world famous.
And then world famous.
First
exactly,
Iowa,
yeah.
then Nashville, then the world.
Yeah.
Those
Exactly.
are your goals. Those are your steps.
You got it.
All right. So, again, Neva Alden hanging out as our guest here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we're live at Barn Wired as we are every Friday. Get in here for the noon hour is basically here. So get in here for some lunch. They always have great food and a great atmosphere. But you've got your cool guitar. We were talking about this guitar. This is pretty cool. Is there any story behind this guitar? Because it's got kind of a different look to it than most average guitars.
I mean, this is my Martin. This is my guitar.
Okay.
This was the first guitar that I bought.
All
So,
right.
yeah, and I think she's pretty special to me. So,
Yeah. How long have you had that?
gosh, I think about 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. It's just it looks different as far as like the
Yeah.
wood and whatever you want to call it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, very neat. Well, let's go ahead. Let's hear you play it. Let's hear you sing some stuff here. I know you're a beautiful singer. I've been
you so
looking forward
much.
to this for a while now. But what's your first song for the day?
The first song I'm going to play for you guys is actually the very first original song that I have. It's out on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube and anywhere you like to listen to music. You search up Not Good Enough by Neve Alden and you got it.
All right. So, yeah, if people like it, give it a listen.
Yeah.
Let's do it live right now. This is Neva Alden on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Thank you so much. You said that you cared. Was that a lie? You said you never ever mattered, but you gave her all your time. All those texts you sent me late at night about how you never leave. Now you're nowhere inside, you're toxic and draining, and you let me on all the games you played. Yeah, I'm glad you're gone. I hope you're happy with her. Does it feel good to know I heard? I hope that one day she looks you in the eyes and says, baby, you're good, but not good enough, so goodbye. Let's look back on our story. Can't say you didn't care when you told your mom about me. All the red flags I chose just to brush past, making me feel so sick. Now you're bringing my friends into this. You're so toxic and draining, and you let me on all the games you played. Yeah, I'm glad you're gone. I hope you're happy with her. Does it feel good to know I heard? I hope that one day she looks you in the eyes and says, baby, you're good, but not good enough, so goodbye. 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 So go and brag to your friends that you pulled a pretty girl and she changed your world. And I'm glad that you picked her, but I hope to God that you get her. I hope you're happy with her. Does it feel good to know I heard? I hope that one day she looks you in the eyes. I hope you're happy with her. Does it feel good to know I heard? I hope that one day she sees through all your lies and says, baby, you're good, but not good enough, so good. Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. The crowd loving you here at Barn Wired in Sigourney. Again, Neva Alden, our guest today. Now, I'll ask you the question that I'm sure you've been asked a bazillion times, and I think I saw you post something on your Facebook. American Idol, The Voice, you have all these talent shows on TV. Have you tried out for those?
and what's been the response?
Yeah, so, gosh, this is just like, it's been going forever, but I could give you a million stories on my experience with all this, but American Idol, I've tried out a handful of times, and I get the same response every time, just like, sorry, you're not what we're looking for, which, you know, you gotta, in those times, you gotta keep your head up, and it's nothing personal, it's just the way it goes, and the way they do it this year, like, these times is so weird because it's all on Zoom because of like the COVID and everything. So, you know, whatever.
So they don't have the big lineup of people waiting to try out?
Right, which I think that takes away from kind of the experience, you know? But I tried out for The Voice also numerous times, and they all gave me the same responses. You're not what we're looking for. But then I had this girl reach out to me, and she was like, hey, I was wondering if you've tried out for The Voice. I've seen like what you do and you're amazing and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, actually I have. Okay. And then she goes, well, are you interested in doing it again? Because I'm a producer with The Voice. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, of course. And so, no, it was American Idol. Yes, she's right. She's right. My mom and Jer, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, and she reached out, and so I've been working with her a little bit, and so then I got to do these couple private interviews with a bunch of producers from American Idol, and I just had my last one last Tuesday, and so hopefully they'll follow up with me and see where this takes me. So I was
going to say, if they're reaching out to you,
right? Thank you. Yeah. So
I would say things are looking a little bit better than just getting that normal cover letter.
Yeah.
Well, that's so everybody get a selfie before you leave here today with Neva before she gets all famous on us. You might just skip the Nashville thing. You might just go famous Iowa and then famous worldwide real quick.
You know what? I'd be okay with that too. I would be totally okay with that too.
And then we'll say, we knew Neva win. Now, also over the summer, you and I were talking a little bit before we went on here. Now, you played at the Iowa State Fair. Mm-hmm. Is that a normal gig for you the last few years, or is that a new thing?
I think my first year playing at the State Fair was last year.
Okay.
I played for JRs, and so hopefully it's a reoccurring thing. Like they asked me again this year, and so I hope to keep coming back because the fair is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I love it's such a good crowd when I play there.
So what's your favorite fair food? What's your go-to there?
Oh gosh, I just had the best lobster chicken sandwich. Oh my gosh, if you guys have not had that, it's so good.
Was that the new thing this year, or is that just something else?
I think it was new. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had like 2 or 3 of them when I was there, so it was so good.
I can't imagine you eating 2 or 3 of anything.
You know what? Not in one sitting. But I just kept coming back.
Give me another one.
I heard, and they were really expensive too, from what I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Neil, who helps me out over here, says he had one and it was just ridiculous. But I mean, that's all state fair food,
right? Yeah, and the lobster roll's really good too. Yeah. It's all good.
And did you get to play before Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys, or were you just at the same? You played at the same venue.
We played at the same venue. I played like a few days before he played.
Okay.
But I just happened to be back and run into them and like jaw to the ground, just like watching them, and it was they're awesome.
Don't let them hear. You'll give them a big head.
Scratch that. Cut that.
No, everybody here. The fiddle player.
Yes, we.
Yeah, her fiddle player is the fiddle player for Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed.
Yeah.
Right.
No, Joshua.
Oh, all right. So.
Well, maybe he's not the fiddle player. He's the one that played with him at the fair.
Okay. All right. So yes, but regardless, Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys, superb. Everybody here is a big fan of them. So
awesome.
Yeah, hanging out with them is a good way to go.
Yeah.
Maybe you could team up with them and open some gigs for them. That'd be a good combination.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Are there any other Iowa artists that you hang out with or maybe team up with for different gigs?
Yes, my favorite person in the entire world to play with is Jordan Beam.
Oh,
he
Jordan.
is like I love. He's been like almost like a big brother in the music industry.
Okay.
Like he just helps me out so much.
Yeah.
So much. I played with him on Ragbri this year, and yeah, he's just awesome.
He's one of the running joke. He's played on this show twice, and he's been I think a half an hour late each time. So
that makes me feel really good about myself. So
I wasn't gonna say anything. You and him together might show up it's just,
we might never come.
Yeah, it's like just put a question mark as to when the show starts on the poster. Neva and Jordan, who knows?
Who knows?
They'll be here
Maybe,
sometime.
Yeah.
No, that's the funny thing about being the boss of your own like little media company is we can start whenever. So
That's awesome.
and the audience obviously showed up to see you too, so they're hanging out to see you today again, Neva Alden. And again, we already established that you got a song out there. And what's the plan? What's the studio plan? Do you have some studio time lined up for some new music, or is that all kind of in the future right now?
Well, right now, my goal is to curate a whole album. I just want to have, like 10, 12 songs
Yep.
on one album, and then go in the studio, record them all, and then put them out for everyone to
Yeah.
eat up.
Yeah.
So.
Are you, now I ask this occasionally to some artists, are you of the belief where you put out the entire album, or are you more going to be a single at a time person?
I think
What do you think?
I'm going to put out the whole album.
Okay.
Or like one of my favorite artists right now is Megan Maroney,
Okay.
and she just released a fantastic album.
She's pretty hot
She
right
has,
now.
yeah, she's blown up. And so she released an album, but then a couple weeks later she released just like 5 more songs.
Okay.
I think it was 3
It's
songs.
the bonus deluxe edition.
Yeah, and so her the album originally was called Am I Okay? And then when she released more of it, in parentheses it said Am I Okay? I'll be fine.
Okay.
And so, like maybe something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool just to keep everybody on their toes. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like, but I don't know.
Or do some acoustic versions after the
Yeah.
fact. Or
That's what's awesome about being a musician is you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, especially being an independent on
Yeah.
your own. Yeah, nothing's stopping you from
Yeah.
from doing whatever you need. Well, let's do some more music up
Yeah.
next. Again, we're hanging out here with Neva Alden at Barnwired in big old Sigourney, Iowa. What are you going to do for us up next?
This next song is called Sweet Little Lies.
All right, here is Neva Alden on our Iowa Music Showcase.
You told me you saw us last. Part of me is still stuck on the past. 'Cause how can I be present when I saw my future with you? Left a bad taste on my tongue. I gave you all and you gave none. I think it's funny how quickly you moved on. I wish someone would look you in those pretty eyes of yours and tell you all the same little lies you told me before. And all the girls you told me were all crazy. Were they all ill-minded, or do you now say the same thing about me? I swore you had stars in your eyes. I guess all my friends were right. What happens now to all our little plans? How do you play the lover so well? Oh, babe, if words could kill, my blood would be all over your hands. I wish someone would look you in those pretty eyes of yours and tell you all the same little lies you told me before. And all the girls you told me were all crazy. Are they all ill-minded, or do you now say the same thing about me? And to your new girl, does he tell you how perfect, tell you how? And to your new girl, you better run, before it gets too far. I wish someone would look you in those pretty eyes of yours and tell you all the sweet little lies you told me before. And all the girls you told me were all crazy. Were they all ill-minded, or do you now say the same thing about? I wish someone would kick you off that high horse of his and tell him all the sweet little lies he'd cover with a kiss.
Neva Alden on our Iowa Music Showcase. Good stuff, Neva. As far as like artists that inspire you or people that you have looked at as other artists that you like and stuff like that, who are some of your inspirations?
Again, back to Megan Maroney.
Yeah.
She is definitely, as a female country artist, my biggest inspiration. I could tell you every single one of her songs. I listen to them religiously, and she's awesome. She's blown up ever since her first song that blew up, Tennessee Orange, and she's just gone so far. So I strive to be like that someday.
All right. So that's your big artist. I was also going to ask you, as far as when you play out. Now, you're a solo artist. Do you have a band, or are there any band members in the works?
Yeah, I play with a fiddle player, Joshua Rex, and he is absolutely amazing.
All right.
Like, I hope to someday you guys come to one of my shows when I'm playing with him, because, gosh, he is just... I can't even explain it. I remember the first time he reached out and was like, are you interested in a fiddle player and to spice things up? And I was like, of course, that'd be awesome. And so we were like, let's just, I was playing at this dive bar in Pleasantville, and he met me there, and we had never ever like played together.
Yeah.
And he played my entire set, and it sounded like we had been bandmates for like 20 years. Like, it was amazing.
Very
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then also, being 18, when you're playing out at bars and stuff like that, so do you have a bodyguard that accompanies you to keep the weirdos away?
I do, yeah. Usually I take my 6'2" boyfriend with me everywhere I go, and of course he has like that resting face like this, and so I don't know if it scares people, but definitely it's off-putting. So I know that some people might not want to come around, but yeah.
You gotta have the protection. All right, let's do 5 random questions over here. I think we did this last time, didn't we? All right, 5 random questions for Neva. Since we've got Halloween coming up here in a couple of weeks, how many Halloween parties are you going to this year? Are there any on the schedule? Are you going to be playing that whole weekend?
Gosh, well, actually, the night before the big Halloween party that I'm going to, I play at Shotgun Betty's, and I hope that that's going to be pretty good, because I know that Shotgun Betty's is definitely a party every time I go there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think 2 or 3 that I was invited to, but I don't really know. I don't know, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, I have one Halloween costume that I'm doing.
That was gonna be my next question.
But do you plan out 3 different costumes, or do you wear the same one to every one?
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right. So what is the Halloween costume?
I am going to, this might be ironic, but I'm going to be a cowgirl for Halloween. Yeah, I know. Sue me. So.
Question 2. We'll stick with Halloween on this one. Where does Halloween rank amongst your favorite holidays?
I love Halloween. I think it might be my top 5, maybe 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So put them in order. I'm
Okay.
going to put you on the spot.
Okay. Number 1 is Christmas.
Sure.
Obviously, I think if that's not your favorite, then I'm just kidding.
Weird.
Second, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I do love my mother. She makes the best Thanksgiving food. Oh. I might be biased, but she's really good.
All right, we're coming over.
You guys are all invited to Thanksgiving.
All right.
3 is Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day.
Love.
It's also my father's birthday,
Oh.
so it's kind of special. And then Halloween. And St. Patrick's Day, because...
Oh, yes. You look at the Irish.
I know, my birthday's
right.
March 8th, so...
All right. Question 3. Now, this is... I don't know. How old is too old to have kids? Now,
How old are
obviously,
you?
you're probably going to wait a while.
I'm just kidding.
How old is too old to have kids? This is, again, random questions, so you get weird questions.
I don't know. 40?
40. All right.
40?
45.
40? Is 45? 40? I don't know. Oh, is it? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, so we'll just say 40s. Who is your favorite Disney character? You're kind of a Disney princess type of a. You got a Disney princess look,
Thank you.
like a mermaid or something.
I was literally just going to say Ariel from The Little Mermaid. That's hilarious. You could read my mind. Yeah. I'm going to go with her, yeah.
All right, and then question 5. This is my question of the day. I put up a question of the day every day on Steve Shetler Media. Today's question is, what is something that has made you happy recently? It could be anything.
Gosh.
What has made you happy?
Probably music.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna a lot of times when I am just not feeling myself, I like to sit in my car and just listen to music, and I just feel I feel like everyone should do that. I think it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
So I think music makes
For sure.
It's been making me again ironic. I don't know.
It's ironic, don't you think? All right, let's do one more song before we call it a day here. What's your last tune?
This last song is one of my most recent original songs. This song is called "Cold Hearted Man."
Oh, I was gonna ask the inspiration. So, "Cold Hearted Man,"
Yeah.
I think it's kind of self-explanatory.
All my songs, yeah. I like to tell my boyfriend who really wants a song. I like to tell him that you don't want a song written about you.
It's the Taylor
You really
Swift
don't.
syndrome.
Yeah.
All right, here's Neva one more time on our showcase.
Generalizing, careless hands, faded love and a bad romance. You were screaming at the gods about the bad you've done. You only talk to him when you haven't won. Wildflowers lead me home. Worn out makeup and last night's clothes. 165th near the packed dirt roads, where the thoughts grow hungry and the dreams grow cold. Now there's fires in the fields and Mama's trying hard to put the smoke out. Fires in the fields and Daddy's gone and got his gun out. With a flame in your hand, whiskey in the wind, yeah, you're a cold-hearted man I can never love again. A crooked smile and venom on your tongue. Yeah, you took the breath from a singer's lung. Bright blue eyes and drunken words. Yeah, your words cut deep and now my tears start to burn. Now there's fires in the fields and Mama's trying hard to put the smoke out. Fires in the fields and Daddy's gone and got his gun out. With a flame in your hand and a whiskey in the wind, yeah, you're a cold-hearted man I can never love again. Yeah, you're a cold-hearted man I can never love again. And her scent lingers around your collar. You should call her back again. And when you kiss me, I often wonder, do you think about her when you look at me? Now there's fires in the fields and Mama's trying hard to put the smoke out. Fires in the fields and Daddy's gone and got his gun out. With a flame in your hand and a whiskey in the wind, yeah, you're a cold-hearted man I can never love again. Now there's fires in the fields and Mama's trying hard to put the smoke out. Fires in the fields and Daddy's gone and God is gone out. With a flame in your hand and a whiskey in the wind. Yeah, you're a cold-hearted man I could never love again.
Neva Alden on
you.
our Iowa Music Showcase. Fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you back here on the showcase. We'll do this again, I'm sure, in 2025.
Yes.
If you haven't shot off into superstardom quite yet. Where can people find you online on social media and all that stuff?
Yeah, so I've got Facebook and Instagram where I post all my new music and all my upcoming shows, and a TikTok, all at nevaalden.music. So, and a YouTube as well where I post tons of music. So go check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. One more question, bonus question. Neva, did I ask you about this on our last interview? That's a very original first name. I don't know if I've heard it on anybody else. Where did the name Neva come from? Do you know the story behind your name?
Yeah, so it actually came from my great-grandmother.
Okay.
My dad's grandma, and her name was Neva.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. All right. I had to get that in there before we ended things.
Yeah.
So.
I think I'm very thankful for my name because, you know, I think people, it's
Yes.
pretty obscure that no one will remember it. So,
Yeah.
or people will remember it.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
will remember it.
Yes,
So.
exactly.
They will.
They will. What's your name? Oh. So, and also, do you have any? I know you probably have a ton of gigs coming up. Anything off the top of your head that you want to promote here before we wrap up today?
I mean, this Saturday I'm in Fort Dodge.
Okay.
At Salty Sue's, and I've never been there before.
Salty Sue's.
Yeah. So I hope it's going to be one heck of a time. So.
All right. And then Halloween-ish time, you're at Shotgun Betty's.
Yep. And I've got a few Shotgun Betty dates, so
Okay.
if you missed that one, I've got plenty more.
And that's up in Des Moines.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Neva Alden, great as always. We'll do this again next year, and check her out online. Follow her on all of her social medias, and we'll do this again next week here at Barn Wired for our Iowa Music Showcase. Next week's guest, I believe, is a young man named Mike Walsh. Will be making his debut here on the Iowa Music Showcase. So tune in. We're here every Friday from 11:30 to noon at Barn Wired in Sigourney. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys around soon.